So the title of this masterclass is How Not to Plan Your Festival Strategy. Before we get into that, I think it's good to talk about what is a film festival. That's kind of like an obvious question, but at the same time, let's think about how film festivals exist today, and especially the big ones, and why they are important for your film and also for you as a filmmaker. So film festivals have grown a lot, since they first were invented. And nowadays, they are not only a space where films are screened, but they include different areas and very often a market as well. So you have the festival area where you have traditional films that are being screened in screening rooms, but you also have a market where film professionals meet and deals happen. So when we're talking about the universe of like the big film festivals, Berlin, Cannes, Venice, these films that have markets, strong markets, like Berlin has the European film market, Cannes has the Marché film. These are physical spaces, so they are buildings where companies have stands, and where film professionals go and they schedule meetings, and they can meet with a sales agent. So you as a producer can meet with a sales agent, or you can meet it with a distributor. Me as a sales agent, I can meet with a festival programmer and present a film to them. So they became these like really important industry events where you can go and connect with the film professionals, where you can go and make business, where you can go and expand the career of your film and of yourself as a professional. Apart from that, a lot of festivals also have educational areas. So if we go back to Berlin, talking about Berlin has the Berlinale Talents, which is a series of workshops for emerging film professionals, and they have different workshops for different types of film professionals. So for directors, for producers, even for sales agents like myself, I was a part of the Berlinale Talents, what they call the market workshop, which is for film sales, programmers, distributors, exhibitors. So that's also a different section of the festival. So festivals have become this really important industry event. Like if you were, say, a scientist and you go to a symposium or you go to a conference, it's sort of like the same thing. So besides that, film festivals, they kind of they put a stamp of approval in your film. There are so many films now that are being produced nowadays, now that technology is more widely accessible, that it becomes really difficult to get your film seen. And then once you have a festival selection, that means that your film has already been through some sort of filter and it's considered top among all of these films that are produced. So that's one of the importances of having your film at a festival. I know that can be a bit limiting. I don't want to impose any sort of like judgment on that. It's not that films that aren't selected to festivals aren't any good. This is just sort of like the reality of the market and how it's structured nowadays. It also validates you as a professional. So if you as a filmmaker or you as a producer, if you have your film selected to Cannes, all of a sudden your career can kind of grow from that. And I've worked with filmmakers. I have a good friend who's a director, and she made several short films until she made a short film that went to Cannes. And then all of a sudden her career kind of like really grew from that. So festivals are this kind of like point of validation for your work and for yourself as a professional as well. What we should also mention is that there are different types of film festivals and there is a classification of film festivals. So there is a category which is the which is called the A-class festival. A-class festivals are listed. It's a list created by an association called the FIAP. It's like an abbreviation that perhaps the people editing can put it here somewhere in the screen. But basically, it's an association of international producers, and they create this list of accredited festivals. To be accredited, these festivals have to follow certain rules. And if they follow these rules, they can apply to become accredited, and they become accredited. And this creates this list of A festivals, which are top tier festivals. So the festivals that I mentioned before, which are big festivals, of course, they are A festivals. So Cannes, Berlin, Venice. Here in Poland, since we're in Poland, Warsaw is considered an A festival. In Eastern Europe, we also have Tallinn. In Latin America, where I'm from, the only festival that we have is Mar del Plata. So you have these festivals accredited everywhere. We also have a few festivals which are competitive but are not considered accredited, which is the case of Toronto Film Festival. Even if it's not considered an A festival, it's still a really, really important festival, particularly if you want your work to have some sort of life in North America. And then we have a festival which is not accredited at all, which is Sundance, which is also a very important festival if you want, again, your work to be distributed in the US and in North America. So not necessarily an A festival. A festivals are very important, but there are these important festivals that are not accredited. And then apart from that, we have what are maybe we could call B festivals. The difference between A festivals and B festivals will also be the premiere status that they require. So some of these A festivals, when you submit your film to them, and if they select your film, they require your film to be when showing at the festival, for it to be the world premiere of the film, if it's in the case of Venice and Cannes, or at least the international premiere of the film. So your film cannot have screened anywhere else, or can only have screened here in Poland before it screens at the festival. When you get to B festivals, maybe they will only require a regional premiere or a country premiere. So they will require an Eastern European premiere, or they will require a Polish premiere, and not exactly the world or the international premiere. And then from them, after that, we have what we consider more like niche festivals, which are very important to keep your film circulating. So, for instance, if you have a film that has LGBTQ topics, there are a lot of LGBTQ festivals, and then your film can go to these A festivals first, and then B festivals first, and then can keep circulating through these LGBTQ festivals. Same thing with the children's festival, children's film. There are a lot of children's festivals, so you can keep playing at children's festivals for a very long time. So there are several different niches. Genre is also a niche. Female filmmakers is also a niche, because there are a lot of festivals that are focused on that. So if your film fits a niche, the second window of festivals for your film, it's going to be these niche festivals.